Hi there, my name is Jonathan Ma, and today I'm going to talk about how biopolitics make babies. So, what exactly is biopolitics? Based on Foucault's understanding, biopolitics is a mechanism of power deployed in the name of the nation to address biological concerns such as the level of population. Addressing these concerns ensure the economic, cultural, and political status quo in order to support the free enterprise culture of neoliberal society. Biopolitics was emerged in the later half of the 18th century as a new technology of power distinct from disciplinary without excluding it. Rather, it becomes modified for the use of broader scale of governance. From Foucault's lecture, Society Must Be Defended, he mentions that the right of sovereignty was the right to take life or let live, and then this new right is established, the right to make lives and to let die. Modern power becomes encoded into social practices as well as human behavior as individuals gradually but reluctantly accept the subtle regulations and expectations of the social order. To a certain extent, The Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood, portrays an extreme example of a society where biological right and freedoms is completely overruled by biopolitical regimes. The story sets place in a country that is facing a sharp decline of birth rate, and in order to reverse the problem, the government adopts a regime that limits women in lower class to become childbearers. These women as handmaids are regulated and reduced to strict physiological routines to ensure a healthy physical state to give birth to children. Any violation of rules will result in physical punishments or even death. Such dystopian very much illustrates a pro-life society where the choice of giving birth is merely an act to abide society expectations. The woman in which carry babies has no say over whether they wish to keep the baby or not, despite the fetus being inside the body. Therefore, in the eyes of the state, the life of the fetus is more important than the life of the women. So, will the prophecy of the Handmaid's Tale be true? Yes, with the genetic engineering able to edit our genome to avoid any genetic diseases, and pre-implantational genetic tests that allows us to pick the most capable embryo, government will further extend their political control onto our bodies. The creation of genetic engineered babies, so-called designer babies, will soon be accepted by society as the ethical decision to ensure the baby's healthy living. As biotechnologies become more refined and guaranteed, more people will argue that it is a must to follow genetic engineering procedures. Since research on biotech will continuously be conducted and refined, more women will agree on taking genetic engineering procedures. As Sar Kadar conducted a research on the social application of bioengineering in Hungary, and turns out large portion of the subject who are parents believe it is an easier and a more ethical decision to use biotests compared to abortion when it comes to avoid giving birth to a child with disease. With the gradual support of the people, bioengineering will become the standard legal procedure prior to giving birth, such allowing the government to screen and pick the fittest embryo out of all to maintain the economic, cultural, and political status quo. Ultimately, the government will gain the right to make life and to let die, and that is when biopolitics create babies.